Week 2 has arrived. Will Cloud9 continue their dominance? Will the defending champions stand their ground versus 100 Thieves? And the most important story of the day, will... I'm sorry, we have a pause. Dignitas just cannot catch a break with this opening schedule. Getting the 2 finalists in NRG and Cloud9 among their first 3 games has to be rough. Kangas is the guest of the week, and his energy is electric and a welcome addition to the casting desk. Fudge is finally out of Udyr jail as we see both Nocturne and Rumble make through unbanned, with Cloud9 snagging up both of them. On the side of Dignitas, they're playing for late game with Ornn, Maokai, and Felios. Blabber didn't miss a step from last week, and he proved why he's the best jungler in the entire LCS. Due to their late game comp, Dignitas put heavy focus in early Dragons, taking the first 2, while Cloud9 took the 6 scrubs to assist with them ending the game as early as possible. While Dove had his pop-off moment last week, this game had Tomo performing extremely well in teamfights, despite how one-sided the game ended up being. It was only a matter of time until Cloud9 grouped, we all suffered through a pause, then Cloud9 marched down the middle, taking the Nexus and starting off 3-0 in Spring. Be afraid, LCS. Cloud9 is here not only to win, but to dominate every single match until they have the trophy in their hands. Matching 1-on-1 teams take the rift as Sniper looks for his opportunity to put his stamp on the LCS and take over a game, while NRG look to show that they still have the chops to compete for an LCS title. If you are tired of the one-sided stomps, then look no further than one of the most entertaining games of the split so far, as both teams were simply throwing haymakers at each other, looking for any opportunity to get a kill. Early game consisted of both junglers pulling off successful ganks, putting fear into the hearts of every single laner. Well, except for Sniper, who with 10% HP dives Dopelit for the clean solo kill. While 100 Thieves showed off great skirmishing, the advantages that NRG built up were simply too strong, as with more dragons, more towers, and much better CS, slowly put 100 Thieves into the backseat. That, however, didn't stop the Thieves from going down kicking and screaming, constantly snagging kills on the NRG roster. However, despite 100 Thieves being choked out of the game, I would highly recommend checking out the full game, as every minute of the game was high action. NRG moved to 2-1, while 100 Thieves dropped to 1-2 with losses to both of the defending finalists. While Flyquest achieved a 2-0 week, they played the 2 weakest teams, leaving Team Liquid as their first real challenge of the split. Jensen stated that this may just be his last chance in the LCS, so all the pressure is on him as he returns to his bread and butter champion, Orianna. All over the league world, Karma was expected to be a high priority pick, and we see it here, as with it, she is being insta-locked as the very first pick of the match. We see Mordekaiser locked in for the first time in quite a while on the side of Flyquest, while TL stick to standard with the Lucian 80 carry, much to the demise of Meteos.
You're committing 2 people bot to make one short-range, super squishy guy who can chunk you and get a bunch of first-try gold and feel good about it. It's good dopamine, but that doesn't win you the game, dude.
Aside from a small handful of kills early on, pre-20 we didn't see a whole lot of action, with both comps relying on some late-game scaling. Flyquest put massive pressure on the Dragon game as they claimed Ocean Soul by 28 minutes. Meanwhile, Team Liquid struggled to even engage versus Flyquest due to the constant shielding and disengaging from Karma and Trundle. Due to being unable to teamfight 5v5, Team Liquid relied on split pushing with the Tristana, and even managed to claim 2 inhib towers and top inhib. I personally hope this is the game that shows teams that Lucian is simply not a reliable option, as it purely relies on getting super fed early, but with support picks like Karma, that realistically should never happen. Flyquest complete their objective goal, claim the Baron, secure the Elder, and wipe Team Liquid off the map, sending them to a 1-2 start while Flyquest vault themselves into 3-0, tying with Cloud9. Oh, you thought we were done with Udyr top lane? Not if Castle has anything to say about it. A match for both pride and to avoid an 0-3 start. We see heavy CC in both bot lanes, while in the jungle, we see the potential hyper carries in both Nocturne and Lilia. We see Wild Turtle replaced by B-Boy following Shopify's 0-2 week 1. I said earlier this week in my power rankings that I struggled to see any way that Immortals could be competitive after their start and with this roster. However, this game had Immortals looking much better despite it being an easier match. I can't even point to 1 or even 2 specific Immortal players who carried the game, as all 5 equally dominated through and through. I don't know if Shopify lacking that veteran leadership of Wild Turtle hurt them, but as a whole, they just looked disjointed talented and had the team play of your average solo queue game. Immortals rise to 1-2, while Shopify surprisingly starts their season 0-3, and tomorrow face off against Cloud9 in a potential 0-4 start. Thank you so much for watching today's recap. Be sure to like and subscribe as I upload 3 to 4 videos every single week. And be sure to comment down below as I love hearing from fellow LCS fans. Also, go follow my Twitch as I stream Tuesday to Friday every single week. Good night everyone, and I will see you tomorrow.